Colm, tell me about your links with football.
We have 4 brothers in the Cork senior team, so I have a lot to live up to really.
You just feel like, God, if I got up on the top of a Hogan stand and jumped off, I could fly here. I just ecstatic.
We're just all so proud of her. Oh God, I'm going to have to show it again.
And I remember at one stage being thrown up against the ceiling, my face in the ceiling. And I just couldn't get down, I got no control, I just could do nothing.
That was our objective today, was to win, and you know, fair play to the lads, like they battled away even against all the odds.
That's exactly what anyone plays for those tiny few minutes, and maybe the 5 minutes to go back to the dressing room afterwards, those special moments that you've achieved something.
First thing to say, you're a dirty bastard. but afterwards, when you explain stuff to them and you talk to them, and then they say, oh, geez, you're not too bad after all, you know. But you're still a dirty bastard.
Jump up and get down. Jump, everybody jump.
When I did the first round or two, I remember I found it very strange. But everybody's different. I found for myself, the minute someone hit me, I had no bother kind of hitting them back.
It was just drilled down into, like, you know, just not accepting who I was. I was Jackie Turlough hurler. Yes, I had bad days, but you know what, they're in the past. Let them go and move on. But I just couldn't. I wasn't in that headspace to do that.
I didn't know how long the grieving process would take, and I remember talking to Dr. Con Murphy, who's the Cork doctor, who I formed a very good relationship with. He said, it takes a couple of years, Colm. He said that to me. We just met socially, and I didn't really know what he meant at the time, but looking back now, I do. It takes time to get over it, and I was always telling everyone I was fine and I was happy, but I wasn't really. There was a piece of me missing.
On the way that gravity pulls on you and me.
Transpired, then she came back in and said, you've shown signs of multiple sclerosis. This is life, you have to accept what happens, it's just how you react to it. So I say, I prefer if anyone in my family, I get it. Because I feel I'm the one that's strongest enough to deal with it. That seems to be the case. I'm not letting it get to me. I don't think about it once a day when I take my medication. That's it. Sinead, it's life. Get on with it. There's a lot of people in worse circumstances.
I knew after 2 weeks I was in serious trouble. And wasn't able to pay the bills and keep stock in and whatever. A receiver was appointed. At that time as well, my wife, but she got a brain hemorrhage. And I explained to him, I said, I'm in a serious situation. Sort of 3 young kids, and he sat in front of me and he said to me, since when did you start worrying about your wife?
Look, it does hurt when you're just getting nothing but negative press and kind of been called a tug, if you like.
But the greatest rebel of them all is our darling girl called Rena. Rena, Rena, Rena Nebukala.
I was hugely taken aback, first and foremost, very, very taken aback. And then I kind of came to realise that it was just a really lovely gesture.
Rena, Rena, Rena Nebukala.
Quite literally, I didn't sleep that night with excitement. I just remember it like it was yesterday, getting on the train in Killarney, my bag over my shoulder, I got a new tracksuit. Still have that tracksuit at home.
Yeah, skinny jeans, I suppose they're everywhere now, but when he started wearing them first, I don't think anyone was willing to wear them. You know, I think he tried to get Noel Hickey to wear them once, but it was never going to work.
What's important to me in life now is obviously to be fit and healthy and happy, and Mags and Ciara are fit and healthy and happy, and you know, that's the be all and end all of it now. And getting out for a few points.